So this is the inside where all the junk from the ghost system is. This is the ghost system right here. It's got a lot of wires, dude. It's got a lot of wires. There's still more things you can actually set up if you wanted to set them up. I don't know, like the extra switches and the turns on and off and all that kind of stuff. But obviously, we talked about it, and that's not what we're using. Important thing is this right here. That switch, when it's this way, is set up like a normal guitar that I would set up, where the battery disconnects when you turn off, when you unplug the guitar, as you want it. If you want to use that ghost function, where the ring on the TRS 1/4-inch plug of the main, which is this one, if you put a TRS in there and flip that the other way, you'll be able to run separated channel for your acoustic piezo pickup and your magnetic pickup. But the warning is it drains battery. Heavily drains battery from everything I've tested. So I have averted that by putting in this switch that takes that and sets it up the normal way. And you can flip that switch. If you want to go to the way that Ghost has it, that Ghost recommends, flip that switch back and you'll be back to the Ghost board. But you're going to wind up burning batteries, and you're going to need to, every time you unplug your guitar, pulling that up to kill the batteries. It's doable. I wouldn't do that. I would leave that the way it is and just, play it like a regular guitar. But you might want to use that other function. And the pedal that you have for Obel at your house right now has the ability to run that way. One more thing. If we look deep in here, do you see that resistor right there? Blue resistor with the lines on it. This is not something for you to do. If you decide that the blaster is too powerful, I have the blaster at what full would be. It's a 500K. I believe I put a 500 in there. It's either a 500 or a 470, something in that line, which gives you the full 11 dB burst when you hit this button right here, giving you a full lead channel. That is only on your magnetic pickups. That is not on your other stuff. If you want to lower that amount, you're going to replace, or actually you could just add another resistor to that of a lower value. And any tech that knows what they're doing could just tag a lower resistor value on there. I did not make that a pot because there is just not enough room in here. And we didn't want that as a pot up here. So I gave you the full juice. I use the full juice because the way I look at it, you hit this thing, if it's too loud, you just roll back your volume a little bit. You still have that same amount of juice in there. You're just dealing with a different volume ability. This gives you a higher volume threshold, but you still have the ability of lowering that down, and it's lowering in the same spot. It's not sending any different amount of stuff in different places. It's lowering everything all together. So when you get that jump, you just lower your volume back. I didn't want to neuter this thing and give you a lesser jump to give you where you might set it in the middle. So I gave you the full amount, hit the jumper, and just, if it's too loud, just roll your volume back a touch, and it won't affect your piezo. It won't affect anything else that's going on. It's only going to affect your magnetic pickups. So right now, your full juice magnetic pickups. While I got you here, I'm just going to run you through all these other functions so you have it on this thing all together. Your other functions, obviously, this is the volume knob. Press it in, you have a blaster. This is your 5-way switch. Down like that. It's up, but it's back. Back like that, you are at the bridge pickup. Just like a Strat, you're now at the bridge and middle. You're now at just the middle. You're now at the neck and middle. You're now just the neck. This right here is the splitter for your bridge. This is the splitter for your your center pickup. This is the splitter for your bridge pickup. It will split them separated. All right, split it back, split them both. If you split them both, every position, the positions on here, the in-between positions, just like a Strat, will all still humbuck. So if you have these things split, the neck and the bridge is going to be hung canceling, just like a Strat. The bridge and if you have it in the 4 position, the middle and the bridge are going to humbuck just like a Strat. All right. This is your knob for your MIDI and your piezo. The piezo is on the bottom. The MIDI is on the top. That's pretty self-explanatory. This is your tone knob. It's a tone knob. Pull it up and it shuts off the guitar completely and kills the battery. Push it down. That's the regular use. This is your oboe switch. Up is oboe. Towards you is oboe. Down is regular. This is your MIDI thing that goes up and down on your MIDI presets. I know nothing about MIDI. I don't own a MIDI to run the MIDI or any of that. This thing goes on there and it stays on there. Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's everything you'll ever need to know and open up. If you want to lower the amount of the balance on the piezo, that little, let's get a thing in there. That little screwdriver assembly raises and lowers the piezo pickup. The piezo pickup is hot. So it depends. If you want it to overpower your magnetics, you leave it the way it is. If you want to, but you have the ability, again, I think that it's best to keep things hot. You have the ability of just not bringing this all the way up, just bring that a little bit, you know, and balance it. It gives you the full amount. All right. It is the piezo on the bottom. It's really easy to twist with your pinky from around there like that, where I feel like this is more likely to mess with things, where this is the one you're more set and forget or turn off. This is the one that you're really working with. I think that's just a better way to do it. When doing intonation stuff, just be really careful. You see these wires that are hooked up to each one of these. Yo, they're a pain in the ass to get through the body. If you snap one of those and need to replace one of these things, they're totally replaceable. It's all replaceable in there as well. But it's going to be a serious pain in the ass to get that line back through there. So really try not to break those wires. Everything else is a guitar and works like a guitar. The neck plays freaking awesome. Your nut is great. If you ever do need to remove the nut, you're going to crack this piece off and then take that out. You shouldn't need to. When you change your strings every once in a while, just take a really high grit sandpaper, like a 2000 or like one of those little like erasers for frets, and run it on your 0 fret. That's going to keep that working nice. Remember, you have locking tuners on the back. The locks are on the back. Locking on the knobs as well. This is a locker on the back on the straps that I use. In order to use these two lockers best, I have 2 straps. I just put them on this side because that side really doesn't need to lock. And then you could attach these to 2 different straps altogether. These strap locks will take like, they'll take the shallower ones. I use the Fender version. I just happen to like them better. I like how the metal is like really attached better. They're all about the same. If you need to buy more and they all fit. I think the knobs will also fit the cheap ones they sell on like eBay and all that, but I don't suggest those because they fall apart really easy. Knobs come off with a Allen key. Throw one in there for you. And yeah, this is the guitar is freaking awesome. I mean, it really is nice. It plays awesome. I love the way it plays. There are close-off extra wires in this that are from the MIDI that are part of the thing that don't hook up to anything because we didn't use those effects. I left the wires on instead of removing them in case later down the road you decide you want to change something, flip out a switch to do one of those things, whatnot. I didn't want to mess with the way that was interchangeable down the road. So they're in there and they're closed off. Truss rod. I am an advocate of doing adjustments. I make my guitars to do adjustments easily. That truss rod is very easily adjustable right there. You do not need to remove anything. You should be keeping your truss rod like exactly how you want it. There's no reason to ever have a guitar not exactly the way you want it. The thing's set up with a very low relief, low action, not like super low, like playable perfect. I just fully intonated it. Everything sounds great. Everything intonates all the way down. Yeah, dude, it's rad. Really excited to ship this one out to you and have this be the culmination. All right, I will make you the play video as well.